I'm Tisha.
Lauren.
And this is the Open Booked podcast. Today, we are talking about Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. But first, what are you reading and what did you read this week?
I am currently reading nothing. It's wild. And this week I read Wuthering Heights. That's it. Some weeks we read 10 books and some weeks we read 0. I've just been really busy, so I haven't had much reading time. Yeah, sad and short. What about you?
I read Wuthering Heights and then The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth.
Okay.
And did a re-listen to Reminders of Him before the movie comes out in like an entire month.
It's soon though. It's coming.
Yeah, and then I got started on next week's book.
Okay, you're a head start. I need to do that. I have some book hauls.
Okay.
And I didn't break my spend. These are all planned purchases. Or pre-orders. First and foremost, this is my very last bookish box. I've talked about this on and off a lot. It was like $35 a month or whatever. I canceled it, but they're like 4 months behind. So I'm just now getting my last one. It is Luxuria by Colette Rhodes. And it's very pretty. They're all beautiful. That's not the issue here.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't expect to see boobs, but okay. My husband's reaching over for it when I said that. That's hilarious. Next is Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. If you listen to our podcast, you know that I am obsessed with this book. It just came out. Like, we read it on Kindle. Then it came out on audio. Yeah. And then we got it on paperback because it came out on paperback. And then it came out in, literally this week, in hardcover. It doesn't look like what I expect. It's like frillier. I expect like dark. Yeah. But anyways, it's pretty. It looks like spring.
Yeah.
So that I pre-ordered when she announced it, which was like months ago.
Yeah.
And then Book of the Month came in. I think we talked about what our picks were. Yeah. Or we talked about what the options were. Yeah. Mary Kupika? It's not her.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right? And then these two, Tisha got already. Alice Feeney, my husband's wife, and the first time I saw him, Laura Dave. All very well-known thriller authors. You can count on all of these to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even concerned. So yeah, now I can put them away.
Yeah, I still don't have my book of the month. It says it's going to be here in like 3 to 5 days.
That's really late. When did you order?
I ordered on the 1st.
Okay, I usually do mine like the 27th or 28th when they announce it. Mm-hmm. And I get mine by like the 3rd or 4th, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe you got to get in early.
There was one of them that was doing something weird. And it's like, it'll be like the 5th or 6th. And that was not the case.
Oh, so one of them was like back ordered?
Yeah. I got It's Not Her. And then one that we talked about last time, This Book Made Me Think of You.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just a regular add-on. I don't know.
One of those is holding up.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas when I get my Book of the Month box.
Mm-hmm. Now I just need another bookshelf because I have nowhere to put them.
Yes, I understand. You know what? We could have worse problems. Okay. You already talked about Reminders of Him coming out soon. The Elephant in the Room, the book we're covering, as we're recording this, comes out tomorrow.
But I've seen lots of people have seen it already, so I don't know.
Yeah.
If they're all like press people, and that's why I'm seeing it, because that's their job, is to promote it on social media.
Yeah.
But I literally scrolled through and saw like 15 people that have already seen it. And the reviews are very mixed. So I'm excited and scared.
We've talked about this at book club last night. We know that it's not going to be like the book. We're not going in like people we meet on vacation and expecting perfection. We know this is like one of the most popular novels of all time. 20 people have tried to do it already. Mm-hmm. I'm just going in like this is a movie, but I'm also understanding that this is not a romance, and Maybe that's why the reviews are mixed, because people go in thinking that it's like romance. I wouldn't even categorize it as romance. I would do like historical fiction.
Yeah, IMDb has it as period drama, psychological drama, steamy romance, drama, and romance.
50% of that is romance. Now, there are pieces that are romance, but it's more
They all go mad.
diabolical, revenge. Psychological is good. I agree with that.
Yeah, it is very dramatic.
Yeah. Do we just want to jump in to the book? Wuthering Heights. First and foremost, this book was out in a time when it was the most controversial thing on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And she even put a pen name, Original Publishing, which honestly, with the way society was back then, I'm surprised they let it continue to be published. You know what I mean? Like, I know it was ousted, but I could see them being like, ban it and burn it in a pile and then burn her at the stake. Well, we're like in the time, and there's supernatural elements here, supposedly, an interpretation. Anyways, it's questionable, and they let it continue to go on, which I find fascinating, because like I think that speaks for human nature. Like, you may be like appalled by something, but you're intrigued.
Mm-hmm. It is on the banned books list, which
isn't everything.
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, literally, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer is banned. So
that's I grew up reading that in school.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting that this came out after Charlotte's, and it was, of course, the only book Emily ever wrote because she died shortly after.
Yeah, very young.
But their dad was a big name in society and encouraged them to write, and their whole family dynamic is wild to me. I didn't know any of it. At the beginning of the audio, there's like this whole thing from the Bronte Society, or Bronte, what was it called? I don't remember.
I don't remember what it's called either, but they do have like the first 10 minutes of the book telling about the family.
Super cool.
Yeah. It's interesting because I feel like her writing, if you've read her sister's books, it's really different.
Oh, yeah.
And of all the old, which I think we've talked about this, but we're starting to read more classics, right? Like throwing in one a month or whatever. And I feel like we've read enough to have like a grasp of the ones that are easier to follow or not. The only thing that makes this confusing is the family dynamics. As far as the dialogue and stuff, I think she's a great for historical times. It's great to follow. The family is what makes it, and the use of names, repetitive name usage or similar name usage is part of it. Like when I finished, which I wrote this in high school, and I don't think I grasped any of it because I was still shocked by certain things. But when I got finished, I had to like go on TikTok and was like, scroll, like, what does this mean? Who's that person? And anyways, the love for Heathcliff is extraordinary. This note that I found when researching, is Heathcliff the original toxic book boyfriend? And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, it fits because the things they do and say to each other and just the back and forth, I was just like, damn, girl.
Pretty risque for the time.
Yeah.
Also, people think this is the greatest love story ever written, when people say that about Romeo and Juliet too, and I'll argue on that hill too.
Yeah, I know.
Or the most unhinged. I think unhinged is the right answer.
Oh, for sure.
It's entertaining. I am entertained.
Yeah. It's like the olden. I wonder if Layla was like Coho's adaptation of this.
Yeah, inspired by it, because see, okay, we're getting into the ghost. I didn't understand that it was a ghost. I thought she had to fake her own death, and she came to torment him, and he was delirious. I also didn't think she was actually gonna die or dead. I thought she was being a freaking drama queen. Okay, if they call women these days dramatic, ain't got nothing on these period women who are like, oh, I'm faint, I have a headache, I'm ill. Let me stay in your fancy mansion for a week.
Yeah. Oh, I twisted my ankle.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Catherine, OG, Mama Cat, the most dramatic woman ever written.
Yeah.
And vindictive, diabolical, bitchy, manipulative, any other
So
words?
many.
Yeah. She's the worst. And I hate that it's Margot Robbie because I love Margot Robbie, so I'm gonna be like, oh.
Yeah. I'm really only excited because I saw the video where Emerald Fennel says that it's specifically not the story from the book. Like, that's the only reason I'm excited for the movie, because she said this is what she imagined in her head while reading it, even though she knows that's not real, when she was 14. She's like, and there are things in there that I wish had happened. It's playing the trailer and it literally says the greatest love story of all time.
Oh my gosh. See,
But
maybe that's why it's in my notes.
there's a image in it where Margot is wearing this white dress with these red glasses, and it's giving vampire.
It's very gothic. The look of it is cinematography gothic, but people are saying, I've seen this pretty across the board, that the costumes are not period specific or accurate, but they are fire and the visuals are amazing.
Oh yeah, the vivid colors. I need to watch more of Emerald's movies because now I'm like, she does really good at
This story.
creating imagery out of nothing, seemingly nothing.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Crimson Peak? It's a Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving the same. It's got Tom Hiddleston in it, actually.
Okay.
But it's giving, like, the same, like, over-the-top costumes, like, the scenes. It's, yeah. It's, like, gothic is the only way I can think to describe it, but, like, over the top.
Hmm.
I don't know, I'm excited. Okay, the ghost. We gotta get back to it. Did you realize that he was, like, being tormented by this? Do you think it was, like, the author was trying to put in a supernatural element, or do you think she was trying to just show that he was losing his mind?
I think it was more geared toward losing his mind because that was like a big thing during that period. Like a lot of people had typhoid and syphilis was a big thing. So
And you'd
people
go crazy.
lost their minds. And I feel like that's why a lot of them died younger. I mean, they weren't living to 70, 80, 90, and nobody in this family did. Like they were all very
No,
sickly.
too young.
Yeah.
And I thought, there is no way that Catherine is dead this early.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I thought she was the whole character, the whole book.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's a multi-generational revenge plot.
Which
and
is
honestly,
just wild.
It's wild, but go off, Heathcliff. I mean,
It's giving
they were
Hatfields
terrible.
and McCoys.
For real. I think the point of the story, which I was looking at this, I think the point of the story was ending generational trauma
Mm-hmm.
and patterns and abuse. Like, it's just was like, this ends here.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, there is a happy ending. It's the greatest love story of all time. It's not about Catherine and Heathcliff, but it encourages incest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cousins. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, cousins.
Which,
At
of
that
the
time-
time, was very common.
Yeah.
I mean, how many royal people in just Queen Elizabeth's line are cousins and second cousins, and they're married and having more kids? And
Too many.
yeah.
I mean, in Game of Thrones, we all encourage it. We're like, yes, keep in the family, you know?
You got to keep the bloodline going.
Keep
Even
it
if
pure. Oh, so bad. But it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
But I think maybe, like, I was trying to think, okay, back then, now books don't really have a meaning. This sounds bad. Books, some of them do, and some of them don't. Whether it's, like, a second chance or whatever. Back then, books always meant something.
Yeah.
They were more intentional. There weren't very many.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that were out were intentional with it. And I think the moral of this, besides entertainment, was this stops here. What's toxic versus what's true love? Soulmates. Because the word soul, his and mine, is like the most iconic. His and mine are the same. Whatever souls are made of, his and mine are the same. One of the most iconic lines ever.
Yeah.
And the argument is, okay, are they good or bad? Like, that's the greatest argument.
Yeah. Ooh, this isn't romance. It's emotional possession.
Okay. I like this take. Okay. I agree with that.
Yeah, because they're both very tormented and manipulative and just crazy about each other, but also just crazy.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to put it. This reminds me of that couple that everyone knows that's too old to be doing stuff like this, but they're like, and we have one in the family. I doubt they listen to this, but if they do, I don't care. That they're married, children, way too old to be acting like this. Just dog each other on social media. Or like go do something just to piss the other off. And that's a modern day version of Kathy and Heathcliff.
Yeah.
Literally, her marrying another man because he's not rich, I'm like, this is just women since the beginning of time. Yeah. Him going and marrying the sister and then beating her and being fucking terrible to her, that's next level psychotic, honey.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah, I can't even. When I was like, I thought she was being a drama queen. About how he was, would she call him a demon, or he was demented, or an animal? Like, the words she used to describe him, I'm like, sis is like Kathy. Nope, apparently not.
Can we talk about the one telling the story?
Oh, the serial of Wuthering Heights?
Yes! That's literally what I was thinking. I was like, man, this bitch is just telling everybody's tea.
Also stirring, I saw a thing, and I don't know if I put this on the thing or not, that people think she's the villain. Everyone's like, oh, she's just been there through. No, because she could have told Kathy, don't marry Edgar, marry this guy. She could have, like, solved all of this generational trauma. The other girl wouldn't have gotten beat. Kathy wouldn't have died. Like, she could have fixed all of these problems because they were talking to her in confidence. She obviously had sway with them. And she just stirred the pot.
Yes.
Honestly, probably one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
For real.
The whole, like, premise of him, like, coming back to this house and trying to figure out the story. Like, how did it become Wuthering Heights? How did, what's it called? Grange?
Oh, the other house?
Yeah.
I wrote it down because I figured we'd need this. Thrush Cross. So hard to say. Thrush Cross
Grange. The two merging and separating and then merging. Like, I get why he needed help understanding what the fuck happened here. And then just the idea of him, one, being visited by the ghost and, like, being scared. So then he's like, can't sleep. And then he's like, while I'm up, why don't you just tell me the tea? And she just goes off. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay, I can appreciate this.
She's literally the serial.
Yes.
See, then there's a part of me that's like, because for a while I had myself convinced this is showing, like, the mental decline or whatever. But then other people experience the ghost.
Yes.
So I'm like, this is intentional. She genuinely is trying to make this kind of have a supernatural element. I went back and forth.
Yeah. And that's kind of
are they drugging everyone?
Everybody's on LSD.
Yeah. In the tea.
But that's kind of the whole thing of it, is she doesn't just possess him. She possesses the home. And she essentially did, like, split herself in two in this whole thing, because she's not just choosing between two men. She physically and almost metaphysically like split herself in two to have these two separate relationships and lives and versions of this love story,
Right.
which is just
Right.
wild.
Honestly, the storyline, the creativity here is you just don't. This is why it's a classic. You just don't see this level today.
Unmatched. Yeah.
It's unmatched. Am I going to be obsessed with this book and say it's one of my favorites and be all literary and shit? No. But I can respect a good historical piece of work, and that is exactly what this is. She was ahead of her time, for sure.
So far ahead. And then it's like, if reincarnation is real, what did she come back as?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I'm like, could she be an author again? Could she be a storyteller of some sort? Because clearly, like you said, she's ahead of her time. She had somewhat tumultuous, but also very supportive relationship with her father that created this love of writing. So in another life, could she have been stifled in that creativity? Could she have been more encouraged? Like, it could go on for ages.
Yeah. And she was so young when she passed away. Like, what if she would have lived longer? How many more pieces of work could she have put? I mean, she was like not even 30, right?
Yeah.
Or 30 when she died?
Yeah. She was young.
Too young. But back then, people didn't live very long.
Mm-mm. So I guess she was ancient in in their time.
Honestly, if you were an unmarried, I mean, even like in Bridgerton, your third season out, you're like 19.
Yeah.
And you're almost an old maid at that point. It's wild how much. And now people judge you if you get married like 21. They're like,
too young.
too young.
It's like,
And you got married at 16, boomer, okay? Like, shut up. True story, though. They all got married at 16 or 17.
most of those were
Anyways.
shotgun weddings, though. So
Yep, you're probably right. Kids today just wouldn't get married. They wouldn't care.
There's a segment idea. It says, would we still root for them if this were set in 2026?
Ooh.
I don't think so.
I like this. I like this. I don't think so. I don't root for them in 1800 or whatever this is.
No.
I don't root for them. I rooted for them until she married the other man, and I'm like, okay, it's over.
Yeah.
I was rooting for you, and you chose the wrong guy.
You made your choice.
To be fair, the other guy didn't even seem all that bad.
No.
He didn't beat her. He kicked her once when she was being a fucking maniac. I probably would have kicked her a lot earlier than that. Let's be real. What, he kicks her once and then she dies after that? Like, that's literally what happened, I swear. That's what I feel like, anyways.
It felt like it was very quick after that.
It did! I'm dying! That's why I thought it was fake. I'm like, bitch, you got the wind knocked out of you. Because you were being a fucking maniac.
You're being crazy. Maybe just both of you take a chill pill.
Yeah. Anyways, do you think Heathcliff let himself go on purpose?
Yes and no. I think he was genuinely like mourning, but he definitely lost all of his fucks after.
Any fucks he had?
Gone. Right out the window.
Yeah.
With her soul.
Yeah. Dear God. There's something else. Yeah.
If Catherine had lived, would they have found a way to be happy?
I think they are the type that would end up in a murder-suicide situation.
Yeah, that was a Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and not style. Because of their family, but just because they're like the people, like you said, that just like break up and get back together and break up and get back together 47 times, and they love to hate each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they got along and were happy, I don't think they would be happy anymore.
Yeah.
They thrive on the drama.
Chaos.
And the forbiddenness and the going against the grain. If they both, obviously Heathcliff gets rich, if they both were in positions financially, racially, at the time, obviously, Heathcliff's Romanian, and that's part of the story is that he's not an English man. If they were perfect circumstances, I don't think they would have even been interested.
Mm-mm.
They were the troublemaker kids. Also, a lot of people on the internet think that that is actually her half brother. They think that he's a bastard brought back from when the dad went over there. So that's what makes this even more incestuous, is that possibly he's her half brother.
Yeah, because why the fuck else would dad come home with a random child?
That's now his favorite. Also, her brother's a fucking jackass. I can't stand her brother. That whole family's got bad genes in the cuckoo department.
Yeah, very much so.
That makes me rooting for Heathcliff, though, because the brother's such a dick to him. I don't think Heathcliff, in his heart of hearts, was a bad guy. I think he got treated like shit, and he loved someone, and she chose someone else, and he lost his mind. That's it. He was a product of his circumstance.
Yeah, I think it was very tragic. And probably from the get-go, he probably was a bastard child. He was probably treated differently because his dad wasn't around, if the mom was married or whatever. Or she died, and that's why Heathcliff came to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the mental, reverse just made him lose his mind, and then he didn't know what to do with all of the attention, and both positive and negative, positive from his dad and negative from his siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just like, okay, well, how do I continue this? How do I continue to get attention, positive or negative? And that's where he kind of thrived on the chaos with Catherine. It was just like, it's just more attention.
Mm-hmm. Pick me. No one else did.
I don't even have a fucking last name.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
Or what if the dad intended his name to be Heathcliff? Like the Cliff was supposed to be the last name.
One singular space.
Or just forgot to portray that to his family. Like, his name's Heathcliff. Heathcliff.
Aw. Even more tragic. Your name was fucked up your whole life.
I can empathize with that.
I can too. Tisha and Loren over here.
Yep. All the time.
I don't really have anything else. I could just sit and think about this book all the time.
Right?
The ghost was my main wanted to discuss.
Yeah. Yeah, the chaos of the names was the hardest part for me to just follow. Because there's Catherine Earnshaw, Catherine Linton,
Mm-hmm.
Linton Heathcliff.
Yeah. When they renamed, or when they named their kid to be after the maiden name or whatever, I was like, no, this is too far for me.
And people are still doing that, using their maiden name as their child's first name. I have a friend that did it. I'm like, what if she ever decides wealthy people do, they get pissed off with their dad and they change their last name to their mom's maiden name. Her name would be her first and last name the same.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Poor thing.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
I think we
and I need to
can circle back. Yeah. We can circle back after we've viewed the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited, but so scared too. I just don't know what to expect. I have to keep scrolling past the negative reviews, so I'm not just thinking about that.
You don't go in with that in your head.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I've got. Next week, we will be covering. Let me make sure I can read this correctly. The Things She Didn't Tell Me by Jacqueline Russell. And like I said, I've started it, so it's got a historical element to it, and I really like it. So we'll see how that goes.
Excited. Very excited.
All right. Well, go check out our website, open-booked.com. We have merch, we have books, we have adaptations, all kinds of stuff on there, and a referral link for Book of the Month. You know where it stands, so you get your first book for $5. And I think they usually send you like a free hat or something with it.
Or like a bag, something.
Or
Yeah.
tote. Yeah. Also, I always forget about it, but there is a link that will take you to free books and that updates every day, free or like highly discounted. So you might get some for 99 cents or $1.99. So lots of things on our website. Go check it out and go follow our socials. Subscribe if you haven't already. We will talk to you guys later.
Bye.